listen, USF fans, come in the comments, say whatever you got to say, but back it up, because when the game is over, just know that Miami is going to be victorious. We are not playing with y'all. Y'all can try all y'all want to. Y'all can hope. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. But I'm telling you right now, when y'all step in between those lines and we line it up, y'all going back to Tampa with an L. DVD, we gonna dap you up after, and that's it. We gonna dap you up, Golish. It's all good. DVD, you leaving with a loss, bro. Y'all not getting nothing.
By any means necessary. To our last breath, to the last play, we hunt. When we bleed, it's orange and green. War ready is the phrase often used. Around these parks, it's game time. No need to turn back the hands of time. We back like we never left. One thing that'll never change is the brand, the you.
Welcome back to the Games Get Played Network. I'm your host, Wise, and I'm back. All right, man. So first things first, I am giving away tickets to the USF game this weekend. So we got number 5, Miami, playing number 18, South Florida at Hard Rock. Section 119, row 10, seats 16 through 18. If you would like an opportunity to win the ticket, so it is a giveaway, how you enter in is you have to comment with your score prediction for the game. Whoever's score prediction is closest to my score prediction that I will release later will win the 3 tickets. You have to be in Miami and be able to attend the game. So I'll go in order. So if there's 2 people that's really close to the score prediction, I'll reach out to the person that's closest first on Friday. By Friday noon, I'm reaching out. If you don't respond within 2 hours, I will move on to the next person to give them the tickets. So pretty much how it will happen is I'll pick the winner. I'll reach out to you in the comments. I'll send you the email address for Games Get Played Network. Once you email me, then we'll correspond and I'll send you the tickets. So that's how that's going to work regarding if you want to win the 3 tickets. And just so everybody knows, I already went and I checked on SeatGeek and a couple of other places. The tickets that I'm giving away are priced at $300 a piece right now, right? And I'm giving away all 3 tickets. So rather if you want to talk about the fees that they may or may not charge you, the tickets are worth about $900 to $1,000, just to kind of give you guys an idea of where that section is and what the view is. All right, guys. So for last week, I did give away the Bethune tickets just to let everybody know. So I gave the tickets away to D Tyson 540. He said he had a great time at the game. He sent me a couple of pictures. I'll post the pictures here so you guys can kind of see the view of the seats. The view that he sent me, the seats are awesome. And also there's club level access. So if you don't know what that means, basically, instead of going all the way up top to use concessions, bathrooms, and things like that, if you have the club level access, you could just go right down the stairs. It's right there. The bathrooms are super clean. They have food you can buy down there. There's like 3 bars. They show the game inside. So if you just don't want to be out there in the heat and you want to see the game, it's also there inside. So guys, if you want a chance to win the tickets, comment below with your score prediction, and then I will pick the winner accordingly. So today we're here to do the Miami versus USF preview. Number 5, versus number 18 at The Rock this Saturday, the highest viewed game in CW history because nobody expected this matchup to be ranked. So, yes, the game is still going to be on the CW network. So, it is what it is, man. It's on CW. I think that it'll be a really interesting game, man. You have USF coming in. Obviously, they're 2-0. Week one, they beat Boise State 34-7. Just overall, they overwhelmed them. They did what they needed to do. It was a surprise to a lot of people that they were able to handle Boise State like that. I know Boise State doesn't have Genty anymore, but a win against a top 25 team is a win. And then last week, everybody saw what they did to Florida. They beat Florida in the swamp in front of 90,000, 18-16. It was a really competitive game. It was back and forth, and we'll get into all of that later. But USF comes in ranked number 18 in the country. They're 2-0, and they're feeling great about themselves. And they have the right to be feeling great about themselves because they just went into the swamp and did what most people thought they couldn't do. So, respect to them for what they've done so far. As far as the Canes, we already know week one, we handled business against Notre Dame, in a top 10 matchup at home. Last week, we did what we needed to do with Bethune, obviously. Got a lot of the starters out of the game early, was able to play a bunch of young guys. And, Miami comes in at number 5. Overall, we didn't have any key injuries or anything last week. So Miami pretty much comes in rolling, right? They come in rolling. USF has extreme confidence. And then that's where we go ahead and dive into these numbers. Like we really end up getting into the numbers behind this, man. So, we'll keep it consistent. So first up, USF. All right. So first off, they're averaging 26 points a game. So we're looking at everything by the numbers. So just in case you guys want to know where that leaves them or where that ranks, that's 81st in the country overall, right? Out of 136 teams, they're 81st, okay? As far as scoring on offense. On defense, they're only giving up 11.5 points a game. So the 11.5 points a game puts them at 33rd in the nation overall for defense as far as points per game, right? So just for any of the fans that are not familiar and things like that. So overall, what we've seen out of USF the first 2 weeks, in my opinion, is what I expected to see. The only thing that was surprising was how I felt like they dominated Florida at the line of scrimmage in the second half of that game, but we'll get into that later. So they're throwing it around for about 260 yards a game. All right. 260 yards a game, completing about 66% of their passes. So, Byron Brown overall this year, man, he's been playing well. And the one thing that I'll say about him, since we're talking about the numbers and things like that, and I believe Mario brought this up in the press conference, but Brown does not throw interceptions like that. Okay, so I don't care if you think he's the world's greatest passer or if you think he's a mediocre passer. At the end of the day, the kid doesn't typically put the ball in harm's way. All right, that's just not his game. Okay, so even when we're talking about going back to last year and everything like that, he obviously didn't play the whole year. He runs into an injury, but if we're being totally honest, and I get it, the kid hasn't thrown an interception since 2023, if I'm not mistaken. And that was when he played a whole season, had 3,200, almost 3,300 yards passing, 26 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. So it's the last time he threw an interception was 2023. All right. So That's just kind of gives you an idea of the fact that he really does take care of the ball. So he's not going to be just willy nilly putting the ball in harm's way. As far as the rushing game, so USF only averages 123 yards per game on the ground. And I know that's surprising to a lot of people because Brown is such an effective runner. His running is so impactful on the game, but they only average 122 per game. So just as far as like how they do their setup, they run in about 60 plays a game, and pretty much half of them are passes, half of them are runs, right? Doing 382 yards per game. Okay, so the one thing I will say about this USF offense is they have had some explosive plays so far this year. They hit one last week on Florida. The week before against Boise State, they hit one down the field. So they will hurry up on you, catch you out of position, and just go ahead and try to hit a home run play. On defense, they're giving up 366 yards per game. I will say they're giving up about 240 through the air and only about 130 on the ground. For me personally, their yards per play that they're giving up on defense is not extremely high, right? Because teams are getting off pretty much 75 plays per game on them. So their defense has been out on the field probably more than they would have liked and everything, but that's just kind of overall where they stand from a team perspective. Just an overall highlight. Just to get a little more specific, Byron Brown, 39 completions, 60 attempts, right? 473 yards. He's thrown one touchdown. The one thing that I will highlight, he has been sacked 5 times so far this season. Okay, so they're giving up 2.5 sacks per game, right? Byron Brown is also their leading rusher, right? He has 109 yards on the year. The next best guy, I won't even say the next best guy. The most impactful runner that they've had is Isaac, right? He only has 8 carries, but he has 88 yards on the season. All right. Their key receiver is Keyshawn Singleton. He has 2 big touchdowns so far this year, coming in with 168 yards. Overall, I would say that USF is the kind of team that they will continue to give you body blows, right? That's what they did to Florida last week. They'll just continue to give you body blows, and if they catch you in up tempo and you're not ready, now they can go get a long one, right? That's pretty much the game that they've been playing. Third down efficiency, they're only converting about 36% of their third downs. So when you look at it overall, I'm just being totally honest, like USF isn't an explosive team. That's not what they do. It's body blow, body blow, body blow. Let's see if we can, get the ball down, and they'll just keep chopping away at the bit. That's kind of where everything overall stands with them. Now, when we get into, what we see, with Miami, I feel like things are a little different, right? And this just isn't a skill level. This is about how we've been playing and some of the things that we've seen so far. All right, that's kind of where I want to keep this and just bring everybody's attention to it. So Miami is obviously 2-0. We're averaging 36 points per game. That's good for 45th in the nation. As far as defense, we're giving up 13.5 a game. That's good for 43rd in the nation. Okay. Now, overall, I will say that just from what we've seen, right, from the first 2 weeks, we can be body blow, body blow, body blow as well. But we also can go ahead and we have the opportunity and the talent to hit you with a home run shot better than USF does. And that's just facts. Part of that is because we do have a top 5 offensive line, right? And for the most part, they've kept Carson Beck upright. Okay. So, on the year, we're averaging 275 yards passing per game, 167 on the ground. So that's good for pretty much 440 yards per game, right? And our run to pass ratio is pretty much even, We've thrown it 33 times a game, ran it 34. So it's pretty even. Same, as with USF and everything. The one thing that I would like to highlight or point out is Carson Beck is 42 of 54 on the season. So he's completing 78% of his passes. He has 4 touchdowns, 472 yards. Just overall, our run game is clearly better than theirs, right? They get majority of their running from the quarterback. Our running obviously comes from our running backs. So on the year, 333 yards, we're averaging 5 yards a pop. Okay. And you guys see it when we turn on the film. It's 4 or 5 yards pretty much every time we run the ball. And that's just what it is. Overall, that's what you're going to see, right? You're going to see CJ Daniels being able to get downfield. You're going to see Mark Fletcher being effective in the run game, or Jordan Lau, or Marty Brown. Either one of the three, you're going to get a lot of effectiveness out of Miami overall offensively. So when you're just looking at the numbers and you talking about things like that, the numbers as well as the film supports Miami being the better team. So my assessment of the Canes against USF through all of this comes down to this. Contain Byron Brown, okay? Don't let him get too many explosive plays. I am sure that we're going to put a quarterback spy on him, and that'll be our main thing. You spy Brown, and then you just deal with everything else, right? That's pretty much it. When you talk about passing yards, Brown has one more passing yard than Beck this year, right? So I know a lot of people are, oh, he's not no, he can throw the ball. He threw for almost 3,300 years the last time he had a full season. So respect needs to be given. All right. He's not just a runner. He can throw the ball. The one thing I will say, though, is the run game will be the difference, in my opinion. The run game and the physicality at the offensive line and the defensive line. When I watched USF last week, they bullied Florida in the second half, right? First half, I know it was all tight and everything, but I'm specifically talking about the second half because I actually watched every play in the second half. And overall, USF was more physical at the point of attack on both sides of the ball to me. They were not generating pressure on Lagway, though. I will say that. They only generated 3 pressures for the entire game, right? And the 3 pressures did not even come from the defensive line. The 3 pressures came from when they blitzed. So they played a whole game and they couldn't get pressure on Lagway without blitzing. I'm going to tell you right now, if USF cannot get pressure on Carson Beck, rather if it's with or without blitzing, they are going to be cooked. Barbecue chicken on that secondary. I'm telling you right now, if USF does not get pressure on Beck, we are blowing their ass out. That's just point blank, period. What they did last week with Florida, overall with the physicality, I get it. But Miami is a whole different thing. This is a different dynamic. This is not Florida. This is not a fake top 10 offensive line. You got a bunch of NFL bodies and at least one first-round pick playing on this offensive line right now. And that's what we're doing. We're going to control and dominate the trenches. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. USF, this is not Florida. This shit not weak. Nothing sweet down here at all. I'm telling you right now, that's how that's going to go. Miami's going to dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And it may not be from the very first snap, right? The size of our O-line compared to whatever they got on the D-line don't even matter. When you got CC, Markel, Coop, all of these guys, whether if it's Pancake, McCoy, don't matter. When you sitting up here and they doing all of that, leaning on you, and we hitting you all game, we're going to wear them down with the body blows. From a physicality standpoint, they're not going to be able to last 4 quarters. They could last a half. They could last 3 full quarters. But at the end of the day, everything will happen how it's supposed to happen. Now, if they don't get any pressure at all, just know barbecue chicken. But I expect to see Miami come out and be dominant. That's just my personal opinion. I don't see a scenario where USF wins this game. And a lot of people, I've been seeing them say, oh, well, Miami is the more skilled team. They got better athletes. They got speed. This ain't going to even matter about skill players, to be honest. This is going to come down to mano-a-mano in the trenches. You line up, and I'm knocking your ass back every time. First down, touchdown. And on the other side, their offensive line is not going to be able to handle Bain, Mezzi, Lightfoot, and anything else we throwing at them. They just not. Rather Malik Bryant in the game, Justin Scott, Blay, don't matter. Moten, like we're going to be able to do whatever we want to do with the offensive line, especially when it comes to getting pressure. So USF's best bet is to get the ball out quickly. That is the only way they're going to be able to stop Miami's pass rush. If we spy Brown and we're able to actually get pressure and flush him and do different things, we're going to cause hell in their backfield. It is what it is, man. I think that the one thing that people are overlooking about this game is even last year, man. Last year when we played them at USF, I was at that game. And I kid you not, man. I remember seeing it all, and I was like, wow, USF really came out to play. I don't think anybody really expected them to be hanging with us like that. We were in a dog fight with them the first half. We scored right before half, and then basically late third quarter is when it started to get out of hand. At one point, they were up, in that game, if I'm not mistaken. And then things obviously went downhill from there. And I think this game may be similar in a sense of I could see where they could have it close in the first half, maybe even top of the third, but we'll prevail and pull away, right? Because at one point, USF went up 14-15. They had 15, Miami had 14. Them motherfuckers didn't score again. We beat them 50-15. All right. So make no mistake about it. I love what USF has been doing with their program. I think Alex Golesh has been doing a great job. Obviously, DVD is over there. The culture and everything they're building, I think, is something that is great. But this is Miami. And we beat y'all ass in Tampa. And y'all coming down here to the Rock. And we going to smack shit this weekend. We not playing with y'all. We are not playing with y'all. And if Jordan Lyle plays and he's healthy, he might crib another 91-yard run on y'all. We not playing with y'all, man. We are not playing with y'all. And I'm going to be honest. Last year, we gained 592 yards on y'all. And I like us to go for 500 more on y'all this Saturday. If we being real, I like us to go for 500 more. And it would have been way more last year if Jacoby didn't drop that ball where he was going to walk into the end zone that turned into an interception. Miami was also super sloppy with penalties last year. So clean all of that up, control the time of possession, and everything will happen how it's supposed to. At the end of the day, there's different calibers of teams. There's different calibers of players, right? And USF just doesn't match up on any level. It doesn't matter if it's skill. It doesn't matter if it's in the trenches. The only thing that USF has that is, I would even say, comparable to what Miami is doing is they do have some really good coaches, right? That's it. But the coaching game thing ain't even. But whatever. If you want to say, cool. Other than that, that's it. The only way Miami loses this game is if we turn the ball over and get careless. Miami would have to beat themselves because USF is not good enough to beat Miami, right? Florida's fucking frauds. We knew that before the season started. Now, granted, I didn't pick USF to beat Florida, But I knew for a fact that Florida was not going to beat them by 3 scores. The spread last week was crazy. I'm like, I don't know what y'all are watching. For me this week, the spread with them in Miami, I think it's at 17 and a half or whatever it is. I expect Miami to cover. Honestly, I like Miami by 3 scores. So if you've watched the video up until this point, that'll potentially help you with your score prediction on winning those tickets. I like Miami by 3 scores. Rather if they handle business or not is yet to be seen. But that's just how I feel. We're going to get out here on the field. We're going to do what we need to do. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they have great value Restrepo this year, right? I think Atkins is gone. So at the end of the day, man, Corral, Brown, and just, don't let Singleton get the cheap ones. Last week, USF caught Florida slipping. They was trying to sub and everything, and they caught him slipping, man. Singleton hit him, I think, for 66 yards, downfield. Just corral him. That's it. Just corral him. Corral him, corral Chaz Nimrod, and you'll be good. I'm not too concerned about what they have going on. This is all about Miami, right? This is about Miami. So I expect to go out here and see domination. That's it. Listen, man, here and here, like the levels is levels to this, man. USF cannot beat Miami. Y'all can try all y'all want to. Y'all can hope. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. But I'm telling you right now, when y'all step in between those lines and we line it up, y'all going back to Tampa with an L. DVD, we gonna dap you up after, and that's it. We gonna dap you up, Golish. It's all good. DVD, you leaving with a loss, bro. Y'all not getting nothing. Brown, do whatever you want. But I'm telling you right now, if that boy Torrey come downhill, boy, you better protect yourself. Because if you don't, you going off the field. They going to be helping you up. And you're going to be like, damn, bro, I don't even remember what happened. Play with it. If that boy Torrey catch you slipping, that's it for you. He's smacking shit. Popo. Listen, man, you better keep your head on a swivel, Brown, because we coming. We are not playing with you. We not playing. Last year, USF caught Miami off guard. They came out with a lot of energy. It was a great atmosphere in the arena. But guess what? Now y'all at the Rock. It's time to see what y'all do at the Rock. I don't give a damn what you did in the Swamp. That shit weak. We not the Swamp. We gonna show y'all what a top 10 team look like for real. And when we line it up and you see the difference in the trenches, on the edges and everything, at the end of the day, Miami's going to come out victorious. They're going to be 3-0. And then we on to next week to go ahead and spank shit with Florida, to go ahead and keep derailing their season. So I'm telling you right now, that's what y'all should expect to see. And it may not be first quarter. It may not be second quarter. But them body blows we're going to keep wearing them down. And once they get worn down, we're going to get them up out of here. No games are to be played this week. Carson, show these motherfuckers not to play with you, bro. CJ, get out there and bomb some shit. They cannot see us. Oh, my God. Man, I'm telling you right now, boy, if y'all don't give Malachi, whoever guard Malachi, if y'all don't give him help, boy, it's going to be a long day for y'all. It's going to be a long day. And linebackers, you going this way. When my running backs hit the hole, y'all going this way. I can't wait to this Saturday so we can really see. Listen, USF fans, come in the comments. Say whatever you got to say, but back it up. Because when the game is over, just know that Miami is going to be victorious. We are not playing with y'all. Mario, this message is for you. You ain't got no friends on the other side this weekend, bro. We ain't playing Bethune. No. Let them know. Once you get up, go ahead, put your foot on their neck and run the score up. Put a 50 burger on these boys again. Can we get 50 this weekend, Canes? I'm trying to get 50 back. Let's see something. Get out there. Go throw 3-4 tutties, whatever, in the run game. Let's do it. We are not playing with y'all. But y'all gonna see on Saturday, man. Go ahead and tune in. Get your popcorn. Get ready. Because we gonna show y'all what domination look like. So look, man, if you're a Canes fan and you like the content that you see here on the channel, we do have All About the U group me. The group me been going strong for like 7 or 8 years. Throughout the week, there's good conversation, but definitely on game day. When it's game day and it's game time, it'd be a lot of great conversation flowing in the group. We usually have calls at halftime and during the game. If you love the content that you see it on the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. I'm telling you now. So overall, the videos are going to drop on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8 p.m. So moving forward, the review videos will drop at 8 p.m. on Monday. On Tuesday, there will be a video dropping. It could be truth tellers. It could just be top 25. On Wednesday, the preview video for the team that we're playing the upcoming week will drop. All of these videos will be dropping at 8 p.m. So look, man, if you've been rocking with me the whole time, y'all know I love doing the film reviews. This year, it's going to be a little different. So overall, how it'll go, we're going to put 15 minutes on the clock, right? So which is a quarter of football and technically a little piece of overtime if I'm looking at it in that manner. Get 15 minutes to be able to run down all of the film pretty much at the 15-minute mark is pretty much where we're going to cut it. All right, man. So here we go. So first things first, I'll say that this first play we're going to look at, it's going to be 3rd and 10. And honestly, Boise State, man, I think they're in good position to do what they need to do to convert enough of this. But USF's defense is just going to make a great stop. So it's 3rd and 10. You see how they matched up across the board. So here, they matched up all the way across. And then you got the outside, the furthest man playing off. So Hut, boom. That's the guy that catches the ball. But 24 triggers on that immediately. He's in off coverage. He triggers on it. They forced the fumble, man. Great play by USF. They was definitely able to get the defense to bite down on that, man. A lot of guys flying around the ball, and that was just a great play, made on their behalf, to be honest. All right, man. So it's 3rd and goal right here. This is going to be Boise State's only touchdown that they get of the day. And I just want y'all to pay attention to everything that happens. So we're going to back it up real here and we're going to play this. So watch how them, using the motion and everything causes USF to get caught off guard. They end up getting confused on the back end. 2 guys try to take the wide receiver that comes in motion. They end up agreeing on settling on 2's going to take them, but you have a touchdown on the backside of this play. So look, see, they like, all right, who got him? Who got him? Okay, shift. 2 got him. Nope. 9 say, all right, we rolling. We good. So he say we good, line it up, boom, quick hitter right there. Easy money. Easy money. Now, that is the only touchdown of the day that they get on them, but just the way everything lined up and how they did it, that's just easy work for them right there. We taking a look at everything just defensively that, that's going on, but that was one of the times this game where they got caught slipping. 2nd and 14, second quarter, 3 minutes and 19 seconds left, right? Pay attention to how they choose to play this. Okay? So this guy right here is pretty much splitting the difference between him and him. He has this man, but he's obviously in off coverage. The safety is here keying because we obviously got trips over here, right? Pay attention to what happens. Boom. They run it to the side that they're favored on. But man, USF once again makes a play. They force a fumble on that play, man. That was a great play that they made. All right. So this next play we gonna look at, man, is 4th and 6. And USF definitely got real slick and tricky with this one right here. So it's 4th and 6, 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And just watch the play. It's 4th down. They're supposed to be punting. It's a pass. Great ball downfield. That's Singleton, one of their big play guys. He goes in for the touchdown. That's an amazing trick play that's drawn up. And the only reason why I'm rewinding this back, man, is because at the time, Boise State didn't recognize, but this is the quarterback. This is one of the quarterbacks that's in the game. So they definitely caught him slipping with this, and we got to be alert for something like this. That was a phenomenal play that they drew up to get the quarterback in at punter when nobody fucking paying attention. Hit him down the field for a great touchdown. What a way to get points on the board. And I will say overall, man, Boise State was struggling in this game to do a lot of different things, but South Florida, that score wasn't indicative of what happened offensively in this game. They were definitely struggling to score touchdowns, and it's stuff like this, the fake and different things like that that they did in order to try to get the offense, up and going, up and running. They also forced, multiple turnovers in this game. And that was definitely, one of the keys overall to them winning the game. So I know the score was 34-7, and it looked a certain way. But offensively, it really took them a little second to get going. So offensively, we're going to look at what USF did against Boise State. There were a lot of things that I saw that I feel like is key. Overall, man, we'll touch on a couple of things like how they trying to put people in space here and there. Some of Brown's deep balls and him running the ball as well. So this first play we're going to take a look at is 3rd and 17 with 8 seconds left in the first quarter. And I know a lot of people try to say Byron Brown is just a runner and all of that. The kid can throw the football. And this play right here is just evident of what he can do when given a clean pocket. Not even in a clean pocket sometimes, but he can throw the ball downfield, man. It's 3rd and forever, and he going to go ahead and convert this one. Key play. It's 3rd and 17. Go ahead, set his feet, launch it downfield. Boom. Hits his guy right there. Brown. Drop back, boom, run. The hold was back there. That's where they threw it at. But come on, man. You see this? You do not tackle him, and then he gonna get loose and go do shit like that right there. The kid is 230, might be 235, 240. He every bit of that. And if you don't bring him down to the ground, he will go score on that ass. So that's a holding call, and that came back, but it is what it is. So this next play is another important run. This is after the holding call a little later on. Boom. Boom. Hey, man, if you come up and you playing, it's going to be a problem. That boy Brown, watch this. Ran him over, put him in the dirt. Do not play with him like that. And then another thing. So this is going to be, right after this. Boom. Key pass. Nice thread in there. That's Singleton. Telling you, man, he likes his guys. Singleton is one of his guys, man. Singleton is definitely one of his guys. And then this right here. Oh, man. Another run. And see, that right there is crazy. Because my boy already got the touchdown. And he said, you know what? Even though I'm about to score, I'm about to lower my shoulder and lay one of y'all whole ass out. And you see how it's drawn up. Look at this, man. You coming in here and you got a stunt happening right here. And that is not going to work. That gets picked up. Now he's up through here. Darren man coverage. I don't know if this guy's fine. It don't matter. Boom. Now drop the shoulder on him. Ho. That boy is not playing. He not playing with y'all. All right, guys. So We're gonna get into some of the film regarding USF's defense against Florida. Um, this is one of the reasons why I'm leaning heavy Miami, especially when it comes to what we like to do in the run game and, the way they like to play their scheme on defense. So overall, man, let's count them up. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we finna go ahead and play this. These boys finna be barbecue chicken. So boom, nice hole. Get up out of there. Missed the tackle, first down. Go ahead and gain 12. Come right back with it. This is one of the ways I think Miami can take advantage of what USF tries to do, especially with us running this inside zone. Boom, get up out of there. Easy work. Just go ahead and out the gate, get the yards you need to get, and get up out of there. And this is going to be USF's only sack of the game on Florida, but they got them in 3rd and long. And you see the type of look that they have, pre-snap. Post-snap is going to look completely different, right? They're only going to end up with 4, which is going to be 3 of the guys up here, and then the linebacker's going to come. So, yeah, they got 7 literally right here crowding the line of scrimmage, but that's just pre-snap. Post-snap is going to look different, and I honestly think it confused Lagway. Boom. You see they get out of there, they bring him, 24 comes, and he gets the sack. Now, this next play that I want to highlight, man, is part of how UF took advantage of USF attempting to be like super aggressive in this game. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and UF's gonna, hit them real nice on the screen pass right here. So boom, fake it that way, dump it to 24. See, putting them in space like that, and now he's able to go. If a scenario like that happened with Miami, just know that it's going to be trouble. Now, this is after they go ahead and get the first down on them. It's 1st and 10. Lagway's going to snap this ball. And honestly, there was somewhere else to go with this ball, but he decided not to. He throws it downfield, picked off. Great play by USF's defense. Chenault, he really made a great play on that ball. And, really, there's nothing you can really say about it. I mean, it's just overall was a great play that was made. And you got to take your hat off to them guys, man. They was out there making plays, doing what they needed to do to win the game. So it's going to be 1st and 20 here, man. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at this one as well. This is, for me, was key. When I was watching this, and I saw this live, but drop back, boom, key hitter. The windows are open in this defense. All right, guys, so it's 2nd and 6, 4 minutes and 49 seconds left in the second quarter. And one of the reasons why I'm highlighting this play is because pay attention to what's going on, man. Now, to me, I feel like it's crazy for them to play this like this. I guarantee you, if they put 9, if they put 8 up here in the box like this, bro, like we are gonna burn their ass. Look how far. Come on, bro. Why? The ball's right here. 5, 10, 15. He's 17 yards off the line back there. That is far as hell. But either way, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. I'm pulling this up too, man, because I think we could use 22 personnel to kind of do what we want to do. But, the tight end going to get loose on this play. And honestly, I don't think they would have anything for Lofton in general. Boom. Up the seam. Hit him. Nice, easy play. Nice, easy play. Nice, easy completion, man. There's a lot of things to be had against this USF defense. They losing already. It's 3rd and 1, and you got 6 in the box, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there another man I missed? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so boom. You got 7 here. You got a runner and a running back. Bro, you're losing this. Why do you only have 6 in the box on a 3rd and 1? Look how they aligned. You splitting the difference, but that's not going to do anything. And look at the side. Look. and they coming to this side, bro. They already got numbers, combo block here. But honestly, they do enough. He gets in the backfield. You could have made the play, but look, they doing enough. The line of scrimmage is right here. But watch what happens. Boom, cut it up right there. You lose your gap integrity, and that's all it takes. One time. All right, so it's 3rd and 1. Last time they had the 3rd and 1, man. They had numbers in the box. They was going to win on this. This time they decide to spread them out. And when they do spread them out, they're going to fake the action with Brown. You know what I'm saying? It's just a nice little read out. But you see what's happening. Look at where he's at, though. See, he's reading this, but he just fucked them up on the last play. So he's here. His eyes are here. He's reacting to come down as if this is, obviously the pass, little RPO. But look, boom. They done hit it to Isaac on the other side. He done hit him with a move, and then that's it. And now it's on 3rd and 5. One of the things I want to point out that's not shown on the video, they're going hurry up, right? And Florida gets confused. And this is literally the reason why the touchdown happened. So a lot of times, if USF catch you off guard, they'll go ahead and go hurry up. And this may be the result. Boom, they snap it. They're not paying attention. They hit him up the sideline. He going to walk in. They collide into each other, and that's it. The only touchdown of the game they scored came when they caught them sleeping with the hurry up. And it is what it is, man. You look, play it back. Caught him sleeping. Boom, 27 right there. Nope. Safety. Nope. He on the ground. And that's it. That's all she wrote. It's really that easy. And he put this ball downfield right where it needed to be. And that's what I'm saying. Some of y'all been saying whatever about him, but you got to respect what the boy can do downfield. All right. So if you didn't watch this game, man, on this final drive that USF had, there was, Florida had 2 major penalties on this drive where they really allowed them to get from being pinned deep to get upfield, basically. Obviously, everybody been talking about the play where Buddy spit on the guy and everything, but this right here was the play that pretty much won USF the game, in my opinion. Once this play happened and they got closer and closer in the field goal range, it was what it was. But it's a 1st and 10. It's going to be a great play call to put their playmaker in space. Boom. Go ahead and get Isaac the ball, and that's it. You made 3 of them, 4 of them miss right there, and now he's up the sideline, and the game is over. That's it. That's how you win the ball game. Through and through, man, you're going to see them kick the field goal right here. Overall, man, like I said in the second half, USF was more physical than Florida at the point of attack on both sides of the ball. They didn't pressure Lagway, but I'm telling you, I watched the entire second half, and what they were doing, I was just like, man, they just playing harder than these guys. We're not going to see that when it come down to Miami, so we're not going to even worry about all of that. It is what it is, and the Canes going to handle business.